Hello, my dear Scorpio. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of March 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We are soon entering into Pisces season, so happy birthday to all Pisces out there. And thank you so much for all the likes. You ended up on number 4, so that's really amazing. And as you know, I read for the signs in order of most likes videos. And if you do hit the thumbs up button, you're truly helping my channel to flourish here on YouTube. And you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And thank you so much all for liking, watching, commenting, donating, and subscribing to my channel. I'm so grateful for all of your appreciation. This is a general reading for Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And for this reading, I will use the Crystal Tarot by Elisabetta Trevisan, and I will start shuffling your cards. So, my dear Scorpio, when I open your deck here, I see the Star card together with 8 of Pentacles. So it seems like something fruitful is to begin, some kind of work, some kind of mission, some kind of assignment that is given to you by the divine. So whatever you are putting a lot of effort into is probably going to become something that's very prosperous or very important for the future. Also note that 17, the stars, 1 plus 7 is 8. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and with the sun 8 circles there. Here we have the sun and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's something significant with these 7 planets and the sun and the water being poured here into this river by this beautiful woman. So something is kind of being cooked or mastered or worked at to end up in some kind of perfection, or it has like a purpose is what I'm feeling. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light, and here we have the 4 cups together with the 8 of Pentacles. So 4 cups, it might not feel like it's anything special, this what you are doing. You might feel like it can actually feel like a problem or something that's boring or dull or something that you're forced to do because of the circumstances. But anyway, this is your life mission, so it's important that you kind of see it from a different perspective. You might have difficulties at work, in your school, in your relationships, and all these difficulties, if you're able to in some way master them in the way that's unique for you, it needs to be very individual, like your natural personal mark on this. You will actually make some kind of change or some kind of impact into this situation, even if you feel that it's like an everyday situation that's kind of dull and a little bit boring or tedious or in some way maybe a little bit exhausting or disappointing. But what you're doing here to make things better for yourself is actually going to make things better for more than just you. So it's like you're doing something for the greater whole. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have the 10 of Wands together with the 4 of Cups. So this is adding to the burden with the 10 of Wands. It's something you have been really challenged with. You are working really hard with it. When you went down to this life, you probably thought like, oh, this will be a piece of cake. I'm going to master this difficult relationships at work, or dealing with my difficult parents, or deal with this tedious studies, and I will be great at it. I will master it. I know when I put my effort into this, it will be great. But now when you're actually in it, it's like, why does this happen to me? Why am I the target of all these difficulties or all these challenges? So now when you are in the smack middle of it, it's not as funny as it was when you planned it from a divine point of view. Okay. So I call the 6 elements earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Pisces viewers. So I want my dear Pisces to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny, which I think you do. It just doesn't feel like it. Okay. So I'll just tune in for a few seconds. I will also pause a little bit to adjust your lighting. I don't know if that made any difference at all, but I had forgotten to put on the light inside the small little flowers. Now I have put on the light in the small little flowers. Okay, so tuning into my dear Scorpios. Okay. So, my dear Scorpios, this is your future there. And this is your now, and this is your past. And in the past, we have a Knight of Pentacles. So we see that something is growing here from the ground. It's almost looking like from my point of view, it looks almost like a little horse. It's the head here, and it's curled up, and there's the tail. And here comes up the big horse. So horse is, of course, it's about power and strength. They are very strong and powerful, but they are also very emotional, like sometimes even over emotional, because it's animals that's escaping predators, so they always needs to be on top of their game and listening for danger and being able to jump aside if something happens. Usually the Knight of Pentacles and his horse is not specifically skittish, but I feel with this that there's something that's very grounded. It's like you are manufactured, or it's natural for you to feel certain undercurrents, to feel certain dangers coming, or to know when something is a little bit off or a little bit strange or not to your liking. So even though the Knight of Pentacles might sometimes be a little bit dull, I think it's a combination here between being rather grounded and stable and yet being able to act with a millisecond when something is wrong. And this is the essence of this, is kind of the concept of what's growing here. So well, I think what is growing is actually your intuition and your instincts, and be able to like something solid that you can truly trust. Okay, something that you can trust, even though it's emotions maybe that make you nervous or make you not being able to stick at some position or in a place. It's still your instincts, and they are still need to be listened to, even if they cause a little bit problem. Maybe you wish you were more resilient, or actually more that you didn't react in this way, but your reaction is kind of the answer, is what I'm feeling here. Okay. And this is the now, and here we have a 7 of Wands. So 7 of Wands is when you put up a little bit of a fight, you put up a shield, you take out your lightsaber and zoom. Okay, so this is you ready to fight. And we see this is a dog, so you're still this loyal person. You don't want to fight, but sometimes it's necessary. We see the snakes here forming a shape of DNA, and we have the tree of life here as well. So it's because of your evolution. You need to be able to put up the shield and take forward your lightsaber and know when to do so. So even if you're a stable person, you kind of want to be cool and not so skittish. Your skittishness is actually your inner voice. Okay, and it tells you when it's time to shields up. Okay. So, and here we have an 8 of Cups. So 8 of Cups, and you also had 10 of Wands. It's indicating to me that you are losing energy somewhere. So probably maybe you're not fully listening to your instincts, or you're forced to not listen to them. Sometimes we need money, for example, so we need to go to a work where we feel we don't belong, or some other kind of activity where we really rather wouldn't, but we are forced to do that anyway, and you are kind of leaking energy because of this. So the Eight of Cups is when you're trying and to fill something with energy, and it's like it's unplugged, it's like it has a hole in the bottom and everything is just flowing through and out again. So it's something that you're putting a lot of effort into and a lot of work. We have this sturdy Knight and the Seven of Wands, so it's kind of Taurus energy with Mars in Leo, so it's very it's a calm warrior energy. It's very like steadily moving forward with stubbornness, okay, and still you're leaking this energy. So it's a little bit a mystery to me why you're leaking this energy, because you seem so super strong. And it's an 8 again, notice that, because you had 17 the Star and 8 of Pentacles when I opened the deck. So it's something going on with the 8s here. 8s are connected to also Strength card, not just the Star card, but also the Strength card that's connected to Leo. So it might be that you are asked to be very strong in a situation, and you are very strong, but maybe you won't be able to be strong for long because you're leaking energy. Okay, so your past here, we had the Knight of Pentacles there, and here we have a Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords is a situation where you are being cruelly treated, or you're treating someone cruelly. For example, yourself. You might be thinking negative thoughts about yourself, or having worry, like anxiety for the future, not thinking that you will make it, not thinking that you're good enough. The Knight of Pentacles is good enough. It's a person that has a plan, put in work, move the one foot in front of the other, forward, steadily, not particularly hasty. And maybe you would like it to go faster, or you have higher demands on yourself than what you are performing, and this is causing a dissonance where you are not fully supportive and loving towards yourself. So even if the whole world is against you, try to align with yourself. Try to be cool with who you are and love who you are. Sometimes we can be blind, we can become self-righteous and be blind to our flaws, and this is not what I'm talking about. I'm more talking about a situation where we constantly attack ourselves when we would become much more productive and healthy and a good assets for society if we stopped doing that. So I'm not talking about a murderer having a guilty conscience, and I'm saying that you should stop having this guilty conscience and keep on murdering. It's not about that. It's about situations where we where the murderer, for example, is feeling self-hate and taking it out on others by killing them in the way maybe that in a way that they might have been traumatized or hurt once. So if they would truly love themselves and heal their wound, they wouldn't have to go around killing people. It's like trying to fill a void. So I'm not saying that you're killers, I'm just talking about extremes, so you will understand the balance of it all. That it's about looking at what's really there. What is it that's hurting, instead of doing a reaction or having a reaction or doing an action as a response to the hurt. Look at the hurt instead of having the reaction. So if we are anxious here or skittish, look at the anxiety and the skittishness and look what the body wants to tell you, or what your past wants to tell you, what your instincts wants to tell you. Instead of feeling, for example, anxious that your boyfriend will be unfaithful, and then calling this person constantly to check if he's unfaithful or not. So that's a feeling and then an action that's trying to smooth over the reaction. Instead, maybe look at why you don't trust this person. Maybe you have seen a rather lot of red flags which you have blinded yourself to. Here we have a 5 of Swords, which would be a little bit of a red flag, because it's a person being rather selfish and looking to their needs and wants to kind of steal other people's energy, doesn't really care about you, and that might be a reason to why you're leaking energy as well. This doesn't have to be like a bad person per se. It's a 5, so it's connected to the High Priest card, the Hierophant card, so he's talking about society. So this can just be like an authority in society that feels self-entitled, and we have always done things like this, and you just need to adjust. But your energy is speaking about it's already in the future with another type of hierarchy or another type of way of working that this old energy doesn't know about. It just wants to keep its power. It just wants to keep its authority. It doesn't want to listen to these new ideas. So just telling you that you are wrong and you shouldn't feel like that, and you should be able to work anyway, or you should be able to study anyway, or you should be able to love me anyway, even if I'm always looking out for my own interest and not yours, because I'm this great person and amazing, and you should love me and I don't have to love you back. So it's like a selfish energy that's used to having their way, but maybe it's time to make a change here. So it's almost like patriarchy, we could say. Cruelty from patriarchy, if we want to put a label on it. And here we have a beautiful little Knight of Chalices. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is Taurus. Knight of Chalices is of course you, Scorpio, but can be a Pisces or a Cancer or another Scorpio as well. What I'm seeing with this, these two knights is that they are the feminine knights. They are ruling earth and water, which are feminine elements. And then we have swords in between. So it's almost like people being their best version of themselves, but being pushed into a society where this is never enough. So that is what I'm feeling. And it's kind of sad. It feels sad because these people then start to disbelieve themselves and thinking that there's something wrong with them. When really, if everyone were like them, the world would be much a better place, okay? Such a better place and much better to live in. So sometimes we are very soft, and that is what makes us great. And when we are this soft, we might have problems to stand up to an authority being cruel towards us. And we think that we need to change. And also the earth and water energy is yielding. So it yields for the harsher energy that would come through. So it feels like it's very natural for you to yield when you really shouldn't. And I think that's why the 7 of Wands is here. Because if you were more self-assured and believed that if everyone were more like you, the world would be a better place, maybe you would have more resilience to stand up against some dinosaur authority that really is living in the past and not in the future, where you hold residence. Okay. So next card, and we have the Lovers here. So it might be that you're in love with a doofus. Okay, you might be in love with someone that's a little bit, yeah, maybe thinking a little bit too much on this themselves here. But this is the union of humanity again. We have been a little bit separated, not particularly equal, and this is going to come back into equality. So the things you are doing now is actually leading people back to equality. First, it's making you more individualistic because you are finding your own foundation, who you are, why you are here. You are purifying your own essence, letting yourself be more and more you. So that's the foundation. And when every person have become more self-loving, more self-assured, people will become less reactive, less skittish, less anxious, more sure of themselves, more cool, more stoic, and thereby becoming more mature. When we are mature, we have better relationships. So this is going to come as a result of your inner work, we are going to also have union between humans, because we are no longer this girl that suspected her boyfriend to be unfaithful, for example. She's going to act in a much more adult way about this situation. Maybe realize, I don't trust this person, and he doesn't seem to fulfill my needs of love. So I thank him for the time we have been together, and I'm moving on. And that will be an easy thing to do, because it's natural, and the person is trusting their own instincts, and also having a deep understanding that if I don't feel secure, if I don't feel trust with this person, we haven't really built anything between us. It's more like I need this person to prove to me that they are nice, because they seem to not be particularly nice. And that's not recipe for happiness. So when the person becomes more mature, they will take more mature decisions. And here we have the tree, the Empress. I'm thinking the feminine side to you is gaining more self-love, okay? Feeling more calm, feeling more grounded. We had Knight of Pentacles, which for me is Taurus, and this Empress, she is also Taurus and Venus. So it's like fertile farmland, trusting that it's enough for it to be fertile farmland. It doesn't have to be gold or rubies. The fertile farmland is quite enough to sustain life on earth. It's humbleness and sureness and self-love and radiating love. So it's very beautiful. So I think you have come to a point where you might understand to love yourself. You want to be, you still love also these difficult people that might have hurt you here, but you're putting the love towards yourself. Either you're a male or a female, it doesn't really matter, because this is the emotional part of you where you start to listen to your body, you start to listen to your instincts, your intuition, your feeling, and kind of giving them more room to breathe, okay? Instead of thinking, I need to go to this job because I need to bring in the money. So it doesn't matter if I have a high fever and going to make everyone else at work cough within a week. I'm still going. So this time you will know that, okay, it will cost me a lot if I'm still going to this place of work, because if my body signals I'm sick, it means I'm sick, and I shouldn't do this because it's a violation against my natural state. So it's more about trusting that whatever comes to you from the inside is kind of having a great wisdom that you haven't been able to calculate or find out yourself. Maybe your body knew all the time that when you did that overtime the whole week, it was going to have a price. And now when the price is coming, maybe you don't want to accept it and you want to go and work anyways. But your body says if you go to work now, after working full like overtime and now also being sick, is going to have a higher cost. And we can be stupid enough to not listen and think that we can overrule our body, but the price will always have to be paid. So if we go against our own nature to fit into society, which is kind of what we see here, a person feeling like they want to run or flee, but they don't because they want to be loyal and trustworthy. And then the result is not so great, but if you turn towards this self-love, it might be love between you and a Taurus person as well, of course. In that case, if we see it as not something going on inside of you, this would be a situation where the Taurus might have left the situation and caused some heartache and sorrow and regret, and now we still realize that we love this person, okay? So that might going on the outside. It can be the other way around, of course, as well. So that was in the past. So it seems very it seems healthy, like you understand more what health is about and how to become healthy and happy, and what you can do and what you can't do if you want to keep your health and happiness. And here we have the Magician comes underneath the Nine of Swords. So Magician together with Nine of Swords can be a very challenging energy, like a person manipulating you and making you feel bad to get you to do something that they want you to do. Like, okay, so if you don't want to, well, you don't have to. So they're manipulating you to do something that you didn't want, because in other case you will feel bad, you will get guilty conscious. But this can also be a very resourceful person dealing with their guilt in a very awakened kind of way, where we're looking at the situation and the problem and we really want to do something about it. We might decide to go to therapy, or start to do, if we have a problem with our body, we start to do yoga or stretching. We might see that we have a weight problem and maybe a problem with the blood not pumping around as much as it should. So maybe start with some kind of cardio exercise. So it can be these things as well. It can also be you trying to find a way out of a situation that has been taking a great toll on you. It's like it's slowly killing you, okay? And now you try to find resources and ways to get yourself out of there. Might sending out your CV to other companies, or looking if you can educate yourself in some way that would make you more happy and feel more in your right element. This is also communication, so it might be that you want to tell someone about what you have been through here as well. Talking about it is often very, very helpful, because we put words on what we feel and then it becomes clearer to us what we actually feel. And then we have Justice here, comes underneath the Five of Swords. Pisces had Justice there, and a little bit similar with the Swords card here, but it was Three of Swords and Ten of Swords. So you have been through something similar as Pisces, where you have been hurt and traumatized, and now you need to give yourself justice, become your own hero, kind of take action and do something about this. And also it might be talking about it, and maybe talking with your friends, getting another perspective. Because sometimes when we do things in our own chamber or behind our own doors in our family, we don't see how like crazy it is, or how codependent or how abusive a situation might be. So it's almost feeling like this Me Too movement, where we put words on the things that we weren't able to tell before. It was like a big no-no to accuse someone of something, even if they did those kind of things, because we didn't want it to reflect back bad on us. And it can be the same if people are owing you money. You're keeping your mouth shut about that because it's like too ugly, and you don't want to make that other person, you don't want to be the bad person that tells others about this person not paying you your money. So it can be things where you're actually protecting like a perpetrator. And here with the Magician together with the Justice, I think you realize that this can't go on. So you're going to be more open and speaking about things that actually isn't your fault. It's someone else that has the responsibility, but you have kind of covered up for them. Okay. And here we have the Moon, and it comes underneath the Knight of Chalices, the Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy here. And this is usually Cancer and Pisces energy. So you're very much in the emotional realm of Scorpio, not the fiery part, but the emotional part, where you are digging deep into your subconscious and finding out what's what, and realizing, like it's like organizing a cabinet and putting everything on its right place, and understanding why things are like they are, and getting a lot of wisdom out of that. It's also sad, because I think you realize, you start to see some kind of truth here which you really didn't want to accept. You wanted it to be in a different way. If we, for example, have our wife beat us with a frying pan, and this she did only once, and she said she's sorry afterwards. We really want that situation to just go away, because it has so many bad implications afterwards, that you need to leave this person, and you are to stop loving her, and you need to separate, and your children is going to live in different places, and can you trust her with the children? And well, there's a lot of things coming through here, and maybe you just want to close your eyes for what happened and not have those consequences. But by closing your eyes for it, you kind of enable the person to go on with their abusive behavior, and you kind of say, well, it was all right to smack me with the frying pan. Next time I might die, but who cares, as long as we can keep our harmony and we don't have to split. So it's some kind of uncomfortable truth that's starting to, rise inside of you mostly, but you will kind of understand that something isn't in the way you wanted it to be, and you are going to have to see it very clearly with these two, Mercury and Mercury Magician and Justice Libra. So it's about the scales here, being able to see what's just and what's not, and what's sane and what's not. And you are going to see a lot of things that's insane and that you didn't want to see. You just wanted it to go away, hope that it never happened, or that you will not have to take a decision because of it. It might be different things. It doesn't have to be an abusive situation. It can just be that you don't fit in the environment that you are put yourself in, and you don't want to realize this. So it can be different things. You can see for yourself how it suits your life. Here we have the Two of Swords. So this is the situation where you love someone, or there's something you love in this situation which you want to keep. Might be your salary, or the wife, or the boyfriend that's cheating, and you just don't want to see how it's cracking here, how things are like underneath the surface, not particularly harmonious, and you just don't want to take a decision. You want to stall it. You want to have it to go away. You want to pretend like it never happened. You want to pretend like you don't worry about this person being cheating, or pretend like your wife actually didn't hit you, and maybe it was actually your fault, because if it was your fault, then you have control and you can see to that it's not happening again. If it was her fault, you have no control, so you kind of need to take control, maybe by moving away from this lunatic, okay? And you don't want to with this Two of Swords. And the next card is Ace of Wands, comes underneath the Empress. So I'm thinking your self-love will kind of save you in the end. It's kind of going very well with the colors here. It's almost like the same picture. Someone coming with strength to you and saying, here, take this stuff and take action. You know what you need to do. I look at her little face and I see she's not really up for this. Okay, she just, oh, do I have to? You must be kidding me. I don't have the energy. I just want to live in peace here. Can we just take this wand and, magically swing it and pretend like the moon here never happened, please? Can we please do that? I don't think that's a possibility. I'm sorry. You are going to have to take action here. So if something is killing you, you can't continue doing it. You need to take action in another direction. And here comes your fire energy, the fiery part of Scorpio, the part that can take action, that can understand the conclusion of a situation and be courageous enough to actually take a step or take an action to change the current situation. So the strength is coming there, but you just don't want it. Okay, 7 of Wands and Ace of Wands. So it's a warrior energy, and you're going to have to use this energy to the best of your knowledge. And I feel you need to make a little revolution. You need to make an uproar towards the things that you have kind of let them be in a certain way that wasn't healthy, and it has drained you of a lot of energy and still draining you of a lot of energy. And if it's continue, it's not going to be good for your health. So we have a certain look at see this as a flame. It's like a flame on a candle, and when you just give away with your energy, just eventually there will be no flame. Okay. And that's when your life is over, or you get really, really sick. So you don't want to do that. Okay. This is your future. And we have a 4 of Wands. So 9 of Swords, Magician, 4 of Wands. Yeah, it's worth a lot to be together with this Magician. It's also Justice and Scorpio. Might be you are dealing with the Libra here. You have Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Gemini, Taurus, Venus, Mercury, Taurus, and a lot of Source card. And here's a Lion, so that's indicating Leo energy. But I think we are talking about the strength that you need to, build something prosperous for yourself. I think together with this Magician, you have a house of cards, and it's worth a lot to you because probably you love this person. And the Magician can be a Libra also. And even a Leo, but I think this is partly the answer, because you can give you what this person is giving you, kind of not giving you, but they're giving you a feeling of having something like a unity, and something you can lean towards, and something where you can feel loved and involved in a context or in a greater picture. If you were not to have this person or this situation, the work, the relationship, the wife, the boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, whatever, friend, relative, family, everything like this. If you didn't have this, you would feel alone and unprotected. But you can actually create this kind of energy within yourself. If you give yourself more credit and understand that you are good exactly as you are. Actually, it's your mind making you feel that this person is so valuable. Big part of it is your mind, because for what I'm seeing, this person isn't giving you that much. They are actually like a nightmare in your life, manipulating nightmare. And you still love them and validate them. You give them so much credit. And it's in your mind. So you could actually change your situation by starting to go together with the thing that you feel inside, like your highest moral value. If you could be courageous enough to go with that, and with the self-love and self-alignment, build beautiful boundaries here with the 7 of Wands and Ace of Wands. You can create a fortress of self-love, and this cruel magician doesn't have to be in your life to make you happy. I'm not saying that you're going to stop wanting to be with this person, but I think you need to build something that's more stable from you first, so you don't have to be in a situation where you kind of need to have a front up or a face up to endure it, or to keep peace in it, or keep harmony in it. So it's like you need to act like, yeah, everything is okay, and I'm so happy, and this is going to be so great, and you are kind of tiptoeing because you don't want a bad consequence. And I think you need to lean towards yourself a little bit more and build on this strong foundation, because if you do, you will also fix your health problem if you become strong like this and have these boundaries and this inner peace, which is displayed with the feathers and this stoic energy. This person couldn't come and be cruel towards you, but since you are kind of connecting this feeling with being with this person or in this situation, it's like some wires have been crossed in some way that's not it's not perfect. So if you can put the wires to like force them to go to other places, like I don't get love from this person, they are actually cruel and manipulative. So I take this wire, which I have put here, where I want love from this person, but I don't get it. So I take this wire and put it into my own life, and I start to do happy, beautiful things that make me feel at peace, amused, have my needs met, and have a great time. Four of Swords, Four of Wands, Four of Swords. We also had Two of Swords. Again, with the feathers, arrows meeting in the middle. I'm thinking you are in need of a vacation where you can stabilize yourself. Maybe you can't make a decision right now, but maybe you can make one decision, and that is to move yourself away from this situation. Take a vacation, go and see your parents, leave your partner behind, and get a little bit of perspective. Maybe if you weren't in that situation all the time, you would be able to see things more clearly, and maybe you will see that your health is improving rather rapidly if you don't put yourself into this situation. So maybe there's something else that's the answer for you, instead of being in this situation which you hope that someday will give you this what you need. It seems like you need distance from a thing so you can make a decision, a more grounded decision. 4/4, it's the Emperor energy, wants to make a new castle for you, or a better foundation anyway. Next card is the Ace of Cups. So you have a very fragile inside, a very beautiful soul self that can't be put into a disharmonic situation without you feeling the consequences. So this is a very emotional stroke here with a dreamy King of Knight of Cups, the Moon card, Ace of Cups, your kind of your inner baby essence. So this energy is what you came with, and if this energy can't tolerate your environment, you need to rescue it from that environment. You can't change it and make it more tolerable, because this is the essence of you. It can't be more tolerable. It tolerates what it tolerates, and it doesn't tolerate what it doesn't tolerate. So if you want to be stronger, you need to protect this essence better and trust it more and give it more validation. It seems like you need a vacation to restore this essence and understand what it's about, and regroup yourself to be able to put this essence in an environment that's better suited and where you can make a bigger difference. Because if you try to put this essence like here, where it's only going to be manhandled in a negative way, it's going to be wasted. It's just, you are going to have a big leakage of energy, totally unnecessary. But if you rescue this beautiful, it's like a jellyfish. If you take it from the little pus of water where it has been accidentally finding itself and bring it out to the ocean, it has a chance of life and prosperity. In this puddle, it will die. Okay, I'm not saying that you're going to die, but I'm saying that your essence is going to take a big hit if you continue staying in a situation that's not right for you. Here we have a Two of Pentacles, so that's when you start this step-by-step change, which we also saw with this Taurus energy here. So if you could understand that you are the way you are because you were supposed to be the way you are supposed to be. You are, okay? So you don't have to change yourself. You just have to start listening to yourself. And if a situation doesn't fit you, take one step in front of the other to walk away into another situation. This is change, and this is change by growth. We have the Venus symbol, that's also here, the Empress, so something is growing like nature. And we have these hawks or eagles watching over the whole situation. And I'm thinking it's the justice situation here and the Two of Swords. So you need to use your intelligence to solve this situation. It's just what it is. You have been trying to force something to fit where it didn't fit. And now you need to realize with your wisdom that you can't do it and take one step over the other to walk away from this situation or just change it to your liking. 2-2, I'm feeling there's a little bit resistance here, but I think the divine is about to be able to convince you that this is the right way to go. And here we have the Sun. Here comes the Sun. Yes, and it comes underneath the Empress. So if we see that the Empress is this Ace of Pentacles and what's growing. This is the Ace of Pentacles, what's growing there. It's the Ace of Wands, and then we have the Sun. So it's something very prosperous is about to happen here if you just kind of need to move this plant into more fertile ground so that you can grow in the way that you were supposed to, in your natural self, in your natural habitat. So don't try to, you know, reform you into fitting somewhere which you don't belong, because you have a great destiny here. Wheel of Fortune 21, the World card. Here we have the Queen of Chalices as well. So don't waste all your energy in a stupid situation, because you need this energy to make some great impact on the life on earth, like you have a destiny. Okay, so I'm going to take a card for the one you love, what they feel about you. And we have this, that you have option is meaningful, rock on. If I could make just 2 wishes, I'd wish I could somehow convey to you the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life. I'd also wish that you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just as you now are, to the lives of so many. And of course, I'd wish for even more wishes. Oh shoot, you were such a good idea, the universe. So one thing I'm feeling here is that your person might have other options. And that this is something with the Moon card being very central, which you don't want to accept. But the other things that's being told here is for you, that the divine feel gratitude for every moment of your life and wish that you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just as you now are, to the lives of so many. So it might be that you need to move away from this person also to show them how life would be without you, so they might value you a little bit more. Okay, and this is your feelings towards this person of importance. Can't speak. Person of importance, that's the one. Yeah, and you feel a lot for this person, Jiha, and Jiha is the essence here. When it comes to choosing who will be in your life, I recommend valuing their Jiha quality above all others. Have it your way. Special orders don't upset us, the universe. So you need to look, maybe you have compromised yourself and not gotten this Jiha. Jiha is where you feel free and happy, and you know, you don't have to worry. You can be sure of this person. They won't hit you with the frying pan and they won't cheat on you. So that's the Jiha essence. And that's where you need to put your beautiful Ace of Cups. Okay, so special orders doesn't upset universe. So start with the special orders, because this person that you're with seems to be a little bit of a douche, to be honest. Or Duchess. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so that was the wrong cards. I'm going to give you a spiritual advice as well from the Oracle of the Angels. So, spiritual advice for my dear Scorpio. Door to the infinitive. So I'm not saying that this person doesn't love you, but I think that they are not valuing you enough because you haven't been valuing yourself. And when you start valuing yourself, others will value you too. But currently, they don't even know about your value because you don't know about your value. Door to the infinitive. Spending time in stillness can help you connect with the infinitive nature of your being. Ace of Cups. The eternal part of you that is always connected with the divine. Taking time out to be quiet in nature or to practice yoga or meditation will be very beneficial to you over the coming weeks. Inside me is a door to the infinitive. I take the time to go to my heart center and link up with heaven. In this serene place, I am eternal. Through this inner journey, I am able to see beyond life's challenges and reach the highest level of my existence. My inner light is my greatest strength and my greatest wealth. So it kind of summed up this reading to show you what it is you need to focus on, to listen to yourself and find out what's the next step for you, where you need to go, because the suns await you and you don't have to stay in this situation where you are not valued and people doesn't see even your value. They can't understand the essence of your value, mostly because you're already, it's like you come with the latest upgrade and they don't have computers to even understand this upgrade. So that's how unusual you are, and that's how much a future bringer you are. You're bringing in the future with this upgrade, but old society, the old authority, doesn't know its value just yet. And you don't know it. You just feel it. You just feel, okay, this is how I am, and I'm not fitting into this picture. But the picture is going to change with people like you. Okay, my dear Scorpio, I hope this helped. I want you to take really, really good care. And watch out for your health there. Rest a lot. Don't waste your energy on stupid things. And I welcome you back to my April reading that I will perform in the middle of March. I will also do some pick a card reading, so you can watch out for those. Okay, be well. Bye-bye.